Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Tomorrow morning, it's currently Saturday, I'm going to be heading out to Milton Keynes for my second ever bike race. Looking forward to that a lot. This time around, I've got 3 teammates. I've got Sonny, Stan and Robin, all racing for London Dynamo. And to give you a clue about who these people are. Yeah, cheers Sonny. Anyway, so obviously being the sweaty person I am, took the bottle cage off. As you can see, I've actually got a haircut and I haven't been to a hairdresser's in about 1.5 years. So that was nice. Right, it is now the morning of the race. Haven't got the wheels back, unfortunately, but everything's packed. Just the one day this time round. So yeah, off in a couple of minutes time. It's going to be about an hour, hour and 10, hour and 8 officially to get there. And yeah, we'll have an hour into the race when we get there, hopefully. Right, so about half an hour away now, just coming out of London, getting close to St Albans. 33 miles. I've just realised I forgot the turbo, which is a bit annoying, but you know. Yeah, live and learn. Next time I'll make a checklist, and I can actually remember it. But yeah, so many roundabouts is here. Robin pointed out on the chat, and then it's just so many. About a minute away now, 700 yards. I'm feeling alright still. Bit of a shame about the trainer, but I'll find some way to warm up, you know. We'll be back home in time for the Spanish Grand Prix and also West Ham versus Everton, which is crucial for the Champions League fight. Now that we're here, it's just time to get signed on, get the race number, etc. I'll meet up with Sonny, Stan and Robin in a minute. I know Sonny and Stan are here, they went together, but yeah, Sonny on now. You alright boys?
Right.
Chris Froome with the knees.
Yeah man, always.
You're set?
Taped up, ready to go.
Are
yeah,
you putting it on?
Putting the GoPro on?
Yeah,
I've got the mount on the saddle. No, yeah, no, I just got here, so. Yeah.
That's all right.
Right,
Yeah.
I like the kit, Sonny.
Yeah, we're good, thanks.
man.
Ready to go?
Hi guys, welcome back to another video.
Probably go on a half an hour attack, you know?
Oh no, you don't.
Alright guys, welcome to part 2 of today's video. I was fortunate enough to manage to get the GoPro on for this one, which is pretty exciting since that's, you know, not usually the case over here in the UK. Before this starts, I just want to say shout out to NorCal Cycling. Jeff was really helpful. I had a couple of questions about the software, and obviously the telemetry overlay is more or less the same as his, so been a fan for a while, and I hope this video comes across well. Joining me today is my London Dynamo teammate Sonny. How are you?
Hi everyone.
Alright, so Sonny was the birthday boy yesterday.
16 now, big things happening.
Yeah, so this was the neutral lap, as you can see. There's no one behind me because I was just dead last, just getting some heat into the tyres, of course, and not worrying too much about the positioning because it was a rolling start after all. So, you know, if you fail your clip in, you're not going to be off the back or something like that happened at Cycle Park. Right, so as you can see, crossing the start line for the first time into the first lap. As you can see, watts down the left-hand side, speed in kilometres an hour, and just underneath that, speed in miles an hour. Cadence underneath that, and then where I am on the circuit on the right hand side. Meters to go in the top right was a 19 kilometre race. We averaged about 38 and a half kilometres an hour, I think, so fairly decent speed. In this race I had Robin, Sonny and Stan, so 3 teammates, which was double the amount of London Dynamo riders from Cycle Park the previous week.
I think it made it a lot more fun, just for like even before the race, in the race, and after the race, just having loads of mates there.
Yeah, definitely very enjoyable. Yeah, and something which I struggled with last week at Cycle Park was the positioning. So this was a pretty technical course. It was also my first race. It was very tricky to get myself in the right positions, but this was slightly more open in spots and also obviously no corners, so it didn't struggle too much with that. As you can see, Robin and there's Sonny as well.
Positioning, same here. I was terrible at it. Like, I'd say I definitely had the power to hold in, like, not attack, but like hold in the groove and sit in the wheels. But positioning wise, I think that's all. Hello,
Robin.
I think that's what my downfall is. But I think it's just a matter of just racing as much as I can.
Yeah, I agree. I think compared to Zwift racing, I think this race wasn't as intense physically as some of the Zwift races, but you have got to be very attentive of when attacks are going and stuff like that, because it's not like you're in a helicopter view and you can see everything that's going on.
Obviously, he has to compare it to Zwift, doesn't he?
Yeah, doing the
So, yeah.
majority of my training on there. So pace starting to pick up on the second lap here. You can see I went up to 600 watts for a little moment there. 46, 47 kilometers an hour. Coming onto the downhill section. If you look at the map in the bottom right now, you can see that's the downhill section, and then the other side was a slight gradient. It wasn't massive, maybe 2-3 plus minus 2-3% at spots.
You can see it's just mad on youth gearing, and you got Will Jones to the right of the frame there, because you've got to do all these corners and stop pedaling for certain bits, and then just speed up and just spin out.
Road surface wasn't immaculate on this side as well, as you can see, going over the yellow lines. About 30 riders in this race, so you'll be able to think about the people behind and roughly how far I am in the bunch. A few people got dropped throughout, like from the main pack, and then towards the end the main pack did split quite a bit, but as you can see the pace really did start to pick up on the slightly uphill sections, since there were some big guys on the front at spots, and there's Sonny coming up to the wheel. Will Jones going past me on the right hand side.
I was dead at this point. I was just like, well, I needed to get the team said I needed to get some camera time for the sponsors and stuff, so I was like, I'll just sit behind you then.
Absolutely. Skipping on to this bit now, about a lap and a bit ahead. You can see on the right hand side, I'm just going to pause it there, Robin looks back and then loses his balance slightly, comes onto the grass, not even the slightly drier section, goes right onto the grass, so that was a bit of a near miss there. It wasn't talked about, but it's something you pick up with the GoPro, but you don't necessarily see because it's all happening so quickly.
You can see his face as well.
Yeah.
There's, I think Giacomo will insert a picture here, which came out with the photographers, and he's literally put in the exact face. I think Giacomo, you know the one I'm talking about.
I do indeed, yep. Yeah, as you can see, Sash was making some face to the camera. That sort of goes to show how it wasn't particularly the business end of the race, as they say, having a little chat with the camera as the Welland rider notices the GoPro. Stan, just having a chat.
Stan's obviously got to put the whole group at risk by just taking both hands off the bars.
Yeah, but as we say that, I go to almost 800 watts as sprints start hitting off at the time where you don't expect it. Sonny, it looks like you're sort of hovering at the back there.
Yeah, I've got a list of excuses written down here, mate. My number was pinned on wrong. My gears kept slipping. Yeah. So what can I say really about that?
You had your valve caps on. That's an easy 0.1 watts.
Yeah. Also, my legs weren't in exactly the prime position on travelling there, so that wasn't great, to be honest.
There was a few hairs on your knee as well, which I noticed.
That is actually true. I didn't shave my legs right. Literally, there was just hair all over my knee. That's not even an excuse. That was legit.
And then the fact you're taped up. Oh, here you come. The fact you're taped up is about another 50 watts as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as you can see now, the speed was going pretty low, but as you can see, I'm pushing now 300, 400, or 500 watts there. So there's a few bike lengths between me and the guy in the black skin suit. Or as on Lacking Context, if you've seen the Twitter or Instagram, tree bike lengths from yesterday. Sean Kelly and his beautiful accent. Anyhow, the pace really picking up. You can see pushing 400-500 watts, coming just under 10k to go now. It is starting to get a little bit argy-bargy, pace picking up, a little bit more strung out, as you can see. Everyone's pulling all sorts of faces. You can see the GoPros moving around a little bit, as you know. It's all going a little bit faster. The speeds just had a bit of a special moment there, just glitched around a little bit.
Oh, I've gone.
You can see everyone's moving around, a bit of a positioning happening.
I think everyone was my legs kind of went really good to I got dropped, then they just came back, and then the split went, and then unfortunately my gear slipped. So I think it's actually on camera as well, so we'll be able to play that back.
Okay, yeah, not just an open-ended excuse. We'll be able to pinpoint it in a minute.
Not at all.
Yeah. This is just the points to recover. As you can see, coming up to a slight left-hander, you do have to. There's a little bit of freewheeling through the corner. You can pedal through it, but it's not going to gain you an awful lot. As you can see, everyone's freewheeling. I don't think anyone's pedaling around there. This is 5k to go, so as you can see, I had to momentarily go up to about 400 watts there, and this is on the downhill section, 55, 56 kilometers an hour. Make sure I'm with the front group. This Welland guy's going very quickly past me. Stan's fighting to hold the wheel, but Sonny, you going to hang on there? You just see in the background.
You can see there. If you play it back, Giacomo.
All right. Yeah.
I look down at my gears, and my gears. You can see my gears have got.
Robin's in the hoods, being a bit of a sail for some reason. As Stan's getting nice and aero.
Of course, it's
Coming to hold my wheel, trying to get the slipstream of the big Welling guy who's on my wheel now. Over 600 watts there. I've been holding it for a little bit, so it's going really fast as we pass a lap rider there. Big speed difference. 41 kilometers an hour, going on a few percent gradient. And this is the top 10 selection now. This is the shootout. This is the Q3 of the lot, and Stan's really fighting to come and hold the wheel. And there's a little descent, which was lucky for him, and the two with him. As you can see, he looks behind, asks for a chase. He's going to get it? No, he doesn't. Although, up at the front, there was a little bit of cat and mouse since there was 2 laps to go at this point. So people were looking around, not wanting to pull on the front. So that did allow Stan to come back in.
Yeah, I think now it was literally just it was a top 10 in here. So plus Stan and that other guy. I don't know if the other guy made it, but that was it. That was my race.
As you can see, Stan and the other guy caught back on, and the watts are a little bit lower this time as we're just sort of going for the... Oh, having said that, big spike up to 600, but it's going to be choppy from here on into the finish. The 1 lap to go. Since we're all together and it's a fairly small group, the pace isn't going to be super high. You see this guy pedalling slowly, and there, the GoPro footage disappears, which is a big shame. But basically what happened was, I was between Stan and Will and then the front 5 as well. So I ended up finishing 6th, which I was really happy with. Big improvement on 13th overall at Cycle Park. So 6th out of 30. I'm very happy with that. Stan finished 9th, so 2 top 10s for the team. That's good news. And Sonny, where'd you finish?
I think it was about 14th. In the end, I got my aim goal was just to make sure I beat Robin, and I did. So
oh, great.
That's kind of done.
Where did Robin finish?
Happy with that. I think about 16th.
Okay.
17th.
Yeah, so almost all of us in the top half. So it was a good race. Definitely a good race for me. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Sonny.
Thank you. And you.
And I shall catch you in the next video.
That's like your outro, isn't it?